This is AI.R. Artists in Residence Broadcasting, coming to you once a week from New York City. Hello, I'm John Cullum.
And I am his wife, Emily Farkle.
That's right, Emily, and I'm glad that...
Shall I surprise you with the topic?
Uh-oh. Well, okay, sure, go ahead. Can you? How could you surprise me with a topic?
Oh, I could figure out a project, a possible subject that might scare you.
Well, that you can do.
No, I want to talk about the days when we put our heads together.
Yeah, yes.
And we were producers. We raised money to do a show.
You mean one fine morning in the middle of the night?
No.
No?
This was my play that we produced off-Broadway in a full production. It was called People in Show Business Make Long Goodbyes.
Yeah, that was quite a project.
It was a play that I wrote based on an experience I'd had in the days when I was trying to be a dance team, and I was working with a pianist who was disfigured. She had blotches on her face, a little bit like the problem that Michael Jackson had.
Yeah. And
she wanted to write the music for the team and also go with the team and be like an artistic director.
She wanted to get her clutches into you.
It was hard. It was hard because she was talented and we were very needy. But I wrote the play, and I wanted.
We did a lot of auditioning. I mean, we did a lot of backers and stuff.
First, we produced it here in the studio.
That's right. But we did workshops of it and that sort of thing.
We did 3 workshops here.
And Emily was reluctant to play the lead, but I knew she could act, and I knew it was a part that she could play. It's not a very pleasant part, but it was a dominating role, and she was dominating in it. And we had 2 dancers, and you did some of the choreography.
No, I fired me.
Yes.
And we hired a choreographer who was somebody in the cast, I think, of on the 20th Century. I'm not sure. I don't remember the name of the person.
Well, it's funny because
we hired a choreographer, and John was the director. And John, as a director, puts the same kind of brain power into directing as he does when he's getting ready to play a part in a play. He goes into everything thoroughly: costumes, sets, props, the construction, the publicity, and of course, before any of this, the raising of the money.
Right. Well, that was a big problem for me because I didn't know how to do it.
But you did.
And I got a good lawyer.
No, you're charming.
Well.
So be careful. If John Cullum talks to you, be careful that he's not asking you to do something that you don't want to do.
That's right. Well, we wanted to do that very much, and I look back on that play with a great deal of affection and love. I think it's a good play.
People think that you're so sweet.
Yeah.
But you really are a tough guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when you go for something, you go for it.
Well, I don't know whether... I thank you for that, even though it doesn't sound like a compliment.
I'm the one that looks like I'm always going for something, but John raised the money for this and put a production together with notable people doing the sets, costumes, and lighting.
We had wonderful people working for us. I could pull off. I got some wonderful people to do the sets and the lights and the costumes. And I remember we used the Orpheum Theater in a way that's never been used before.
Oh, the Orpheum is a wonderful old theater on 2nd Avenue.
And we had the dance team up about 35 feet in the air, up in where we would normally have the flies and where you drop the scenery down. We had a platform up there, and that's where the dance scene.
You do incredibly interesting, difficult things as a director.
Yeah, and you were wonderful in that part.
Yes, but even though we got good reviews, we were not able to stay open. It cost too much money.
That was a heartbreaker. Because you always wanted, but we would have wiped ourselves out and still not been able to keep it up long enough to establish.
Can we produce it again?
Yes, we could. We could, and you would be perfect for that part.
And you'd be a perfect director.
Well, I don't know that of you. But
People
anyway,
think you're very sweet, but you are a tough guy. I like you.
well, I like you too.
I like you a
We're
lot.
lucky a lot. In that respect, we ended up being quite lucky. And I suppose we're down to the wire here, and there's an awful lot we could say about this project.
That we are not planning to produce it, but you never know. We might produce another
right.
play.
In any case, we'll see you next week, all right? Till then, so long. This is AI.R. See you next week.